I used to think and believe that psychology was a silly subject and that the mind wasn't very powerful. Words were not a powerful force until I read extensively and learned a lot about the power of words, the power of subconscious programming, and the power of the mind. Because humans are the only creatures that are capable of language and the use of words. The only creatures that are also capable of thinking, imagining, and visualizing things that are not in our physical reality. But the crazy thing is, with the power of your word, you can manipulate reality. With the power of subconscious programming and mind games and the use of the word, you can change and manipulate minds for the better or worse. With the power of words and the correct use of words, a person can manipulate humans and herd masses like a shepherd herds his sheep towards whatever direction he desires. And this can be dangerous. This can be good. Because it depends on what words you use. It also depends on how you use the words. Are you using your words for the better or for worse? For starters, I want to explain that the mind does not know the difference between reality and imagination. This is something you have to think about for yourself. You have to practice it to prove it. But of course, there's a lot of research. There are a lot of books written on this topic. The mind does not know the difference between reality and imagination. If you imagine something for a repeated number of times, if you think about something so many times over and over and over again, that might become a reality. How? Let me give you a very, very simple example. Let's say you want to imagine that you are a poor person. Even if you're not poor. If you want to do this exercise, don't try it because it might make you a poor person. If you continuously repeat in your mind or out loud that you are poor, so you just repeat, I am poor, I am poor, I am poor, I have no money, I have no money, I'm not good enough, I'm poor, I'm so poor, this is not good. Even if you're not very poor, as you continue telling this story to yourself, your mind will start thinking that it's a reality. And so, what happens? Even though this is just words, right? You're just repeating words. But with the use of these words, your mind starts believing in this. And then what happens? This belief will influence your action. Because you continuously think, I am poor, I am poor, I am poor, I am poor. Your mind will start creating or giving you inspirations and ideas of a poor person. So you will start behaving like a poor person. Your mind will give you ideas of what a poor person looks like, how a poor person behaves. And then you will start behaving like a poor person in your mindset and in your action. So you will not start working hard to try to make more money. Because you think you are poor, this will affect your behavior and your actions, and even if you have a job, maybe you will stop working. Or let's say you want to learn English. You really want to learn English, but in your mind, you just say, I am a bad learner. I'm a bad learner. I am not a good learner. I'm not a good learner. learning English is difficult for me. Your mind will give you ideas, inspirations to behave like a bad learner. So instead of practicing English, you just scroll on TikTok. You watch silly and stupid videos on social media instead of practicing English, because that's what a bad learner does. So these behaviors will start creating an identity in you, and you will start to completely believe that you're a bad learner. And then you're like, yeah, I'm just not good at learning languages. You know? And that's how mind games work. That's how, in simple terms, this is how manipulation to yourself, upon yourself, or upon other people works. The most dangerous thing is when you use words to manipulate other people. This is the most dangerous kind of behavior. Why? Because now this doesn't only affect you, it affects other people. Imagine that you are a leader of a country, or you're a manager in a company, and these people trust you, they look up to you, they respect you. And then you use words to manipulate them, to tell them what you think will influence their behavior. And when you repeat this so many times, these people, if they continue listening to you, or if they are forced to listen to you, then they will probably, or majority of them, if not all, they will start behaving according to your words, or according to what you are telling them. The same thing happens in the media. You're watching TV and there are certain numbers or words or dates, or a word about a certain religion, or a word about a certain country or certain group of people is repeated by these reporters over and over and over again. Even if these are not facts, even if these are not truths, because the mind does not know the difference between imagination and reality, if you are listening to these over and over and over again, your mind will start thinking, this must be real. And then you will start behaving like a person who believes in whatever he is hearing or listening to. And then this will influence and affect your behavior. The most, or the best age to make people believe what you believe is early age, like a child or a teenager, because their mind cannot tell the difference between imagination and reality. So it's much, much easier to make them believe what you want them to believe. So you start programming their way of thinking. And if you program their way of thinking into something bad, or into something immoral, into something dangerous, or a false belief about the world, or the way other people live in other countries, then they will behave like somebody, for example, who hates people in another country, or who hates another religion, which is really, really dangerous. That's why we have to be careful about what we listen to, what we read, what we think, and what we see. You have to use your mind to make sure that what you are listening to aligns with your beliefs, because even if it doesn't align with your beliefs, if you see something, and if you think something, if you imagine something over and over and over again, you will start believing it, and then you will start acting upon that belief. Very, very dangerous. So use your mind in a good way and imagine good things, read good things, read positive things, and listen to things that brings good things or good value to your life. Otherwise, it's going to be dangerous.